Thailand was our first international tour. Like most Indians, we chose Thailand as the first travel destination outside India as it is known to be tourist friendly with easy visa process. We took an overnight flight from Kolkata and landed at Dong Mueang Airport just before dawn. The main international airport of Bangkok is Suvarnabhumi International Airport. We, however, opted to land at Dong Mueang Airport as we had another domestic flight to Phuket within 6 hours. We intentionally kept a buffer time of 6 hours while booking the two flights so that there will not be any issues due to immigration or in case of any flight delays. King Rama X was coronated as the King of Thailand in May 2019, the same time when we travelled to Thailand, so the entire country was in a festive mood. There were many eateries to choose from. We completed our breakfast with some momos, cookies and hot coffee.
Can you speak something? Say something.
After completing the immigration and breakfast, there was still some time left, so we went outside to explore a bit. This is the domestic wing of the airport. Our next flight to Phuket was via Nok Air. This airport is very big and well maintained. It serves as the main hub for Nok Air, Thai Air Asia and Thai Lion Air. We collected our boarding passes. After completing the security check, we proceeded towards the gate for our next flight to Phuket. Dong Mueang Airport is one of the oldest international airport of the world. It was earlier known as Bangkok International Airport and was first opened in 1914 as Royal Thai Air Force Base. From 1924, this airport started the operation of commercial flights. When Suvarnabhumi Airport opened in 2006, Bangkok International Airport was temporarily closed and reopened as Dong Mueang Airport in 2007. We proceeded towards the gate to board our next flight to Phuket. Our journey in Nortje was quite comfortable. I could get some glimpses of the beautiful island of Phuket beneath. It took us 1.5 hours to reach Phuket. We stayed in Blue Ocean Resort at Phuket for 3 nights. This was our room, which was quite spacious. The sit-out area had a good view of the mountain. Blue Ocean Resort, located at Patong in Phuket, is a nice place to stay with great staff, good food and great facilities, and located very near to Patong beach. We had a great lunch and good rest in the afternoon. In the evening, we went to visit the famous Patong Night Market, located at close proximity to our resort.
There is one stick. For 340. Chicken hot pork, chicken. This is pork. That is liver. This one chicken liver. Chicken liver. Pork. This is chicken. Pork chicken. All for 350. Three stick for 50 baht.
While walking through this area, we found it crowded with many stalls offering fresh seafood, fish, meat, rice, noodles, and a variety of edibles, many unknown to us.
How much price? Prawn half kilo. 200 baht. It's big. Half kilo. How much pieces? Kilo? Just looking. With water? No water. This barbecue, very nice. Just look. Yeah, this is half kilo. 200 baht. Free shipping, brother. Oh, without cooking. Cook, ready.
As the evening advanced, the place became more and more crowded.
What is this? Pork. Pork leg with rice. With rice? 100 baht. Only pork leg, 150 baht. With rice. fish? 140. Pork. খাবে না। এই যে fish. 140. This is fish. One stick. 40.
This was a special Thai sauce used to coat the fish steak which we ordered.
ওকে পয়সা দেওয়া হয়েছে?
তো ওরকম একটু হবে।
মিটটা বাউন করবো।
Needless to say, this was too tasty.
আমার তো ভালো লাগে।
On day 2, after breakfast, we started for Phuket city tour.
From you first that I'm Thai, okay? My first language is 100% Thai. First language is Thai. The English is my second language, okay? So
Phuket city, located on Phuket Island, is the capital of Thailand's Phuket province, which is located in southern Thailand. We arranged a day tour of Phuket city with a local tour operator.
please I can catch up your work,
We were picked up from our hotel in a minivan.
okay? This is
All of us had a brief introduction with our tour guide and got to know the other travelers who came from different countries.
all of you is first time, right? Of course, this one you from Malaysia, you from India, right? How about the gentleman behind? Where you from? Sorry?
UK, England.
UK. Wow, welcome. Okay, okay. Very famous one, Big Buddha. Okay, we will on the way home there and after that we drink.
Our first stop at Phuket was the Big Buddha, which is one of the most visited sites in Phuket city. Big Buddha in Phuket city is a giant-sized white marble Buddha statue in sitting position. The statue of Buddha can be reached by climbing a flight of 94 wide steps. The statue at the top overlooks the blue sea. Upon reaching the top near the statue, one can experience the stunning view of the surroundings and the magnificent Chelong Bay directly in front. There are small Buddhist temples at the top where many offer their prayers to Lord Buddha. Big Buddha is one of the best sites to click some pictures and selfies. Next stop, the Wat Chalong Temple, a Buddhist temple constructed in the 19th century. The day was clear and the Wat Chalong Temple stood tall and magnificent against the clear blue sky.
ওই যে Big Buddha.
The Big Buddha could be seen at a distance from here. Wat Chalong temple is adorned with exquisite carvings all over. There are various types of beautiful golden Buddha statues inside the temple. We have made a separate video for Wat Chalong temple where you can see the beautiful temple from the inside. Please find the link to the video in the description box given below. Our next destination was the Big Bee farm in Phuket, where one can get to see the various types of bees. Here we can see this person holding a whole frame of bees.
This one not sting. Can take a photo. You want to take a photo over here? Okay, this is no sting. This is stingless bee and the smallest bee. Okay. See here. Now this is smallest bee over here. Okay, stingless bee. They can bite like a ant. Okay.
This is a box which contains a number of stingless bees, and these are also the smallest ones. Inside the Big Bee farm, there is a store from where you can buy various types of products made from pure honey produced in the farm. We were given some products to taste, and we got to know that many of these have good health benefits.
Try the honey. Okay, you can try the honey over there. What?
Anybody else?
Okay, you can try. How make him.
Bye, forever.
Like that you can put it.
Pure honey, 100% pure Thailand honey.
কি খাচ্ছ তুমি হ্যাঁ বিগ বিগ খেয়ে নিয়েছো কোথায় খাওয়াচ্ছ কেন
These jars contained dried tamarind laced with pure honey, which is good for digestion.
That's good for digestion. Yeah, this one very good for digestion, very good.
বেকড উইথ হানি
Tamarind baked with honey.
এটা না
Try it. You can try it.
ছোট নিতে হলো
Tamarind with honey.
Sweet is honey, yeah? It's not sugar.
Small size?
It's this size. No small size. This one 190 only. 190 baht. Yes.
Mixing of sugar.
No sugar. Very little. Honey. Mainly honey. Honey. No sugar. Honey. You see? Baked with honey.
This is low tide. Okay. Here we call Rawai. Actually, the people around here, 80% is a Muslim. Okay, Muslim because now they have the fisherman village.
After spending 30 to 40 minutes time at the Big Bee farm, we headed for the next site. On the way, we crossed the Rawai beach. It was a day of low tide. We were at Bromthep Cape, and I found this place to be breathtaking for the views it offered. Bromthep Cape is located at the southernmost point of Phuket. Every evening people come here to spend some time and click pictures. is a long stretch of pavement all the way down, after which one can go further down to click more pictures of the beautiful peninsula. It is one of the most photographed locations of Phuket due to its scenic view.
The expenses, okay? That one. And also, if you are not on time for some places, you can miss another place, okay? This one I want to manage all the places that you can visit, okay? Hope you will get me the cooperation on this. Thank you so much, okay?
Our final stop for the day was the Caron viewpoint for sunset viewing. Caron viewpoint is at a small height, and from the top we could see the long stretch of the coastline along the Andaman Sea. It was a bright sunny morning when we started for our tour of Phang Nga Bay. Little did we know that it was going to be an unforgettable experience for us. Phang Nga Bay is located deep in the sea between the mainland Thailand and the island of Phuket. It is unique for its numerous limestone rock caves embedded into the crystal blue waters of the sea. A minivan organized by our tour operator picked us from our hotel at Phuket and dropped us at the pier, from where we boarded the big boat.
Okay, this take a photo. Orange team, we just moment now. This take a picture. Couple by couple, family by family.
We reached the pier to find our big boat waiting for us. This big boat would take us for an entire day tour into the deep blue sea. There were visitors from all corners of the world. Once everybody had boarded, some instructions were announced by the boat crew.
And on board we have two Thailand dancers. Therefore, the Thailand is the first thing for standing for you. When you go down there, please look at me.
Some nice refreshments were arranged for us, which included tea, coffee, juices, biscuits and fruits. Life jackets were distributed to all, after which we were almost ready to start our journey.
On the top here we have children. For sitting later, after my leader he tell you what we do for the trip. For sitting later you can get on there. Sitting in the sunshine. Yeah, speak English today, yes? Everyone speak English? Yeah, okay, thank you very much. But someone they stop it, oh, this country good, this country no good. How you know? This country no good. For me, I hope every country good. Yes? Okay. And today, I would like to ask some couple come for honeymoon, yes or no? Yes. Honeymoon, like you married at your country. You come to Thailand for honeymoon. Or someone say, like you married at your country. Then you come to make baby in Thailand. And second, no jump in canoe. If you jump over. And whatever. I did many white husband fighting, brother, sister, friend, do Thai boxing. Today, when you promote me, yeah, if your camera, your mobile in the water, no fighting, no do Thai boxing. Yes? Yes, everyone? If someone fighting, do Thai boxing, how are you? And put you outside the boat. You know what to leave you here. mobile camera. You can buy new one, buy another one, no problem. Yes, yes.
We were about to reach our first stop, James Bond Island. One of the crew members started the task of inflating the canoes. It was a clear day on the sea. It looked as if the emerald green water was studded with rocky gems. We were in the vicinity of the James Bond Island. All the canoes were being readied for us. One by one, each one of us alighted from the big boat to the canoe. Each canoe could carry up to 2 to 3 passengers. The James Bond Island was just around the corner of the hill in front of me. This island is popularly called James Bond Island as the movie The Man with the Golden Gun was shot here. All the islands here are limestone rocks rich with flora and fauna. After alighting from the canoe, we needed to take a walk along the island. The limestone rock in front of me is 66 feet in height and was featured in the James Bond movie as a mushroom-shaped rock containing 2 large solar panels. We were back to our boat. One of the crew members was trying his luck in fishing. This area is said to be rich in marine life with numerous varieties of fishes, shrimps and crabs. After completing our tour of James Bond Island, we were back to our big boat to find a delicious lunch waiting for us. We enjoyed the lunch while cruising through the blue-green waters of the Andaman Sea. It was a beautiful day. Since morning, we had ventured out into an amazing world of wild nature in the deep blue waters of the Phang Nga Bay. Phang Nga Bay is located between mainland Thailand and the island of Phuket. The first batch of passengers stepped out into the canoes from the big boat. We waited on board for our turn. We are now into the emerald green waters of the Phang Nga Bay. This sort of landscape is rare to find around the world, making this place a better option for those who want to experience something different. All the islands around here are limestone rocks with rich flora and fauna. Phang Nga Bay will particularly appeal to those who like to experience wild nature. There's always something to see around the striking limestone islands. In our previous video, we have covered the James Bond island, named after the James Bond movie, The Man with the Golden Gun, which was shot here. Now we are on our way for our next adventure into the caves and lagoons of Hong Island. Most of us might have visited numerous man-made amusement parks and water parks. But this was a special experience for us to visit this water park which nature has carved out and crafted, taking her own time with her own hands. Nothing artificial, no man-made extravaganza, simply the feeling of nature. Our canoe entered into one of the limestone caves of Hong Island. The limestone rocks jutted out from different corners every now and then. Though awe-stricken, we needed to be careful of not getting hit by the rocks. There was a lagoon at the other end of the small opening which we could see from here.
Careful, huh?
ঝুঁকে রাখো পুটু, ঝুঁকেই থাকো। এই দেখো সামনে একদম বন্ধ, এই দেখো বাদিকে পুটু, বাদিকে।
Next, we took a detour around the cave to get inside the lagoon. It was soul-stirring to simply hear the sounds of the splashing waters and the occasional chirping of birds and bats. We were entering the beautiful lagoon. It felt as if we had been transported into a wonderla of pure nature, left unspoiled by human intervention. We simply sat and gazed with the music of nature soothing our ears. The color of the water was so green.
নিচে নেবে না আমাদের বোটটা ওই দিকে লাগিয়েছে না বুঝেছি
What is it? Okay.
The rock in front looked like an open mouth with long teeth and ears and nose on either sides.
Right. See.
We moved back to our big boat, after which we were to visit another remote and hidden corner of the bay with cluster of limestone caves and lagoons, usually inaccessible during high tides. This is the third and last part of the adventure of our full-day tour of the James Bond Island and the Phang Nga Bay. In the earlier two videos, we had covered the tour of James Bond Island and the caves and lagoons of Phang Nga Bay. However, this is going to be even more exciting as we would explore that part of the Phang Nga Bay where limestone caves are usually inaccessible due to high tides. We were lucky to be out on a day with low tides. Our big boat pulled off at a little distance away from the caves of Hong Island. While the canoes were being lowered into the water, all of us got ready. While waiting for our turn to board the canoes, I enjoyed the pristine beauty of the nature around me, while few others spent time swimming in the water.
You know, make like a monkey. Fish. Don't do like a monkey.
We were about to enter one of the limestone caves. It is quite evident why most of the time these caves are inaccessible. Whenever the water level is high, these caves get completely filled up. The roof of the cave is so low that one needs to completely lie down.
It's a heavy adventurous. Huh?
While enjoying this beautiful experience, we had to be really careful of not getting hit by the rocks which jutted out from different corners every now and then. The inside of the cave was dark. However, our canoe guide had a light on his helmet which helped to look around. The passage became too narrow here, and a little careless movement could get us hurt. We had reached the opening at the other end of this amazing cave to find a magnificent hidden lagoon. The entire lagoon, filled with mangroves and surrounded by limestone cliffs, was a feast to the eyes. There was no other sound apart from the splashing oars and the occasional chirping of birds and bats. There is no greater beauty on earth than the beauty of nature. A brush with nature unites us into one, because the language of nature is the same for all. Moving back to the cave again.
আবার ওইখানেই ঢুকছে।
শুভর আর পায়ের উপর শুভর হ্যাঁ বাস লাগবে না হুম হুম কিন্তু এয়ার আসছে ভোট তো হবে ভীষণ অদ্ভুত। ওরা মাথায় টর্চ লেগেছে বলে আলো আছে। ভূতের ইয়ে পাটাকে আমার কাটতে দাও। ঠিক আছে,
উঠতে পারবো না এখান থেকে এখানেই লেগে যাবে। ওখান দিয়েও যেতে হচ্ছে।
কিচ্ছু হবে না, কিচ্ছু হবে না, কিচ্ছু হবে না। ও ধরে নিচ্ছে, তোমাকে লাগবে না। ও ধরে নিচ্ছে, ও বসে আছে। একটু বোঝার চেষ্টা করো, ও বসে আছে। What an experience!
Good Kapita, good bodyguard. Good bodyguard. Okay, slowly one by one, please. Coming, stand up, please. Stand up. Go ahead, hold the boat, hold the boat. Okay, now, stand up.
উঠে বসে বলো।
Okay.
ও
No problem. One, two, three. Okay. No problem. You are not too young and you are not too old.
We spent some time on a secluded beach on Panak Island while playing games and canoeing in the waters. The sun was about to set and our tour about to end, but we didn't feel like leaving this beautiful place.
Hello, everyone. Up. Boys, quick.
It felt as if the seabirds were bidding us adieu. Next day morning, after a sumptuous breakfast at Blue Ocean Resort, it was time to bid goodbye to Phuket. We hired a private minivan to take us from Phuket to Krabi, another beautiful location of Thailand. The weather was misty and our 2-hour journey was filled with enchanting views of the surroundings. Upon arriving at Krabi, we checked into our hotel, Cocotel Krabi, which was nestled amongst hills as well as the Aonang beach in front. The beach road was the most happening place in Krabi and was lined with numerous restaurants, parlors, shops and more. Krabi is an amazing tourist destination. We spent 3 nights at Krabi. There are many organized tours from Krabi to choose from. A number of long-tail boats and ferries can be found waiting for tourists. On our first day, we planned to take a tour to Railay Beach. Due to rough sea weather, most of the organized tours on ferries and other big boats got cancelled. Not willing to waste our time, we decided to hire a long-tail boat and set out into the sea. We did not regret this experience of traveling with a local boatman, as the feeling was very native. The sea was of course rough, but it was fun riding on the bumpy waves. It was great to sense the waves thirsting against our boat as well as the surrounding limestone rocks which loomed out of the sea waters every now and then. Our boat had anchored on Railay Beach. Railay Beach is a secluded peninsula located between Krabi town and Aonang Beach.
পা নামাও দেখো একদম পেয়ে যাবে হ্যাঁ বালি
In order to access this peninsula, one needs to take a boat as high limestone mountains has cut off access to this beach from the mainland.
yours okay moon your moon good mother coming down
Mày cô đây ư? Rồi đi lót về. Ok.
The boat was floating and tilting on the water a lot, making it difficult for Mom to get off.
उल्टो उल्टो है
We could see that this peninsula was entirely surrounded by huge rocks. Hence, boat was the only option to reach. So we were at the Riley beach, a long strip of sand, secluded and hidden amongst the rocks. We came to know that this beach also has few resorts and a couple of restaurants. So if anybody wants to simply relax and spend a few days in a less crowded location of Thailand, Riley Beach can be a perfect spot. We were back to our hotel at Aonang Krabi. This is the terrace of our hotel, which also had a swimming pool. Cocotel Krabi Hotel overlooked the main road, and this road led to the beach. The entire stretch of road was full of shops, restaurants, pubs, parlors. An entire evening can be spent walking along the road with shops and restaurants on one side and the sea on the other.